We're going to space.
Whole hullabaloo about you, man, and this mess you got going.
I would take an axe to a couple people's heads. I mean, I would go barbarian.
To a couple robots?
No,
because
to maybe
really...
like a town, like Oblivion style.
Whoa, no, you just...
Sir, we're talking about robots.
Scabies is a that's also a staple of white culture.
Y'all some nasty niggas, bro.
Like
Is that white culture?
I believe
Y'all can
scabies,
keep that
It's
shit.
dirty.
But the black people, they smoke the weed and they get too relaxed.
I'm not getting taken down by no British cops.
Is this true, Don Juice? Is this true? You know the foreign affairs. Is this true?
It's propaganda. Just saying.
Hello, friends, fiends, and everybody in between. We are here again with an intergalactic episode of the FiendCast.
We in space.
We're
not.
going to space.
We're going to space. You been hating all day. You been hating talking about space.
I haven't. You've been hating. You've been so
hating.
rude.
I'm not rude. And I'm
But
not
to be
hating.
fair, Zav has a general distrust for space and space flight.
See,
She's
why.
space
You're-
boy,
you're
Dan.
space-
I
How
like
could she
space.
not like
Space.
Yeah,
space?
but you don't trust it.
I don't.
Yeah,
As I
that's fair.
shouldn't.
Like, I like the ocean. I don't go past, 30 feet off the shore, you know? I'm not trying to become the ocean.
That's too
Yeah, but that
far.
doesn't mean that you're not interested in
I
what's
trust
in it
space
and,
more than I trust
you
the
know.
ocean.
I'm with you. I'm
What?
with you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because with the ocean, you have lots of predators and, trash mountains and, pirates and shit, you know? You never know what's going to happen. You got
That's why
dolphins, sea people.
And listen, and when you get deep down in there, there's even more stuff. I think the ocean's super, super cool.
That's what she said. Yeah.
Crickets.
But no,
Swish.
worst thing happens space is, you get smacked
Is
by
you
an
die?
asteroid.
Yeah, well, you die an icy cold
Get too
death.
close
or
to the
you
sun.
burn.
You just get eviscerated.
Or you suffocate.
Or
So
you
I've
get
been-
boarded by Covenant elite troops.
And you just in
you-
this
and you
timeless
just-
loop. You don't even know
You become
what is
slaves.
what is time.
So
What day is it?
I've watched a lot of shit about space, and sometimes it's real shit, sometimes it's sensationalized shit. But one thing I watched, it was they were talking about different problems they've had, and this guy he was doing a spacewalk, and it was when they were building the International Space Station, and they were running some coolant, and the fucking coolant started spraying all, and it was just I want to say it was ammonia. I want to say it was pure ammonia.
That ain't good.
Which is incredibly toxic.
It's in the
And
ship.
huh?
In the ship.
Outside.
Oh.
So you gotta imagine you're out in space. You're in your fucking spacesuit, trying to hook up some ammonia lines to keep it was for a space lab section. I forget what they call them, the sections, but module. It was for the lab module, and it was a black dude too, black astronaut. And this motherfucker, there's a leak in the hose, so he had to get
Got the black dude out there floating in space.
Yes, yeah. So what they did was they didn't know this protocol. They didn't know there was a decontamination protocol, but it was frozen ammonia, so it's just ice crystals all over him. And his partner had some toolkit that they didn't even know about. They told command, and they're okay, you got to go to this. There's a paintbrush in this box. Go get that paintbrush. I'm holy fuck, I didn't know this. And he's all right, now gently get all of that ice off of it, and then you go the fuck back inside. He's gonna stay outside, and I guess he had to quote bake for 3 hours, so he's had to sit outside of the space station in his spacesuit letting the sun's radiation
bake off
the ammonia for
Wow.
3 hours. And like that just sounds fucking terrifying because you're moving at like 23,000 miles an hour. You know, like you don't feel it. There's no wind
I
resistance.
didn't even think about that part.
Yeah, but
Give me the ocean, bro.
So it's 3 hours. You just out there on the ship, outside the ship, just floating along.
Nope.
Just
It's a
floating along.
whole lot of nope. It's just a whole lot of
mean,
no.
What was the movie with?
It's still better than being
what's her name?
under the water and coming up too quick, and
Gravity.
then they got to stick you.
So
in.
hold on. Okay, how about this?
I love how
If
I was
they-
able to piece that together.
If they could make underwater cities versus cities like on Mars, which one would you rather go
Underwater
going-
ones are
I'm
quicker
going
to get to.
I'm going to Mars.
to? You'd rather go to Mars than the underwater city?
No, see, that's different. I would much rather go to the underwater city because I'm imagining it's like a dome.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's dome. It's
Yeah.
clone. It's aqua
domed.
clone dome.
Yeah.
So like it's like kind of like you can see out and see all the fishes.
Yeah.
You know, like
I think it'd be cool.
How thick is that?
I'd feel like
glass?
Aquaman.
that's the scary thing though, because like what if any bit of that glass like
Like breaks.
Well,
breaks?
they'd have, fail safes for that. Like, obviously, not everyone's going to get out, but, push comes to shove. Maybe you have, like, a backpack you always wear that turns into a little suit in case the shit happens. I don't know.
how deep are these sea cities? That's another question.
Yeah,
'cause,
this
like,
sea city's gay, dude.
if you-
let's do like
you
go
go
to
out-
Mars. Just go to Mars, man.
Like if you go out far enough, like at the beach, like you know how if you see like an aerial view of the beach and like for a good few miles, it's like you could kind of see that the shore's close.
And then it just drops.
It
off.
drops off like to like 500 feet right at that dark section.
You play around with that. Just
So like how far?
the shelf.
Yeah, how far down are these cities? These are questions
You
for
know-
engineers.
Yeah, they're not for me. I just want to know what if they did and they could, which one would you rather? Personally, I think I'd rather underwater, like on Earth, instead of going to Mars.
Yeah, I'd probably go underwater too. I'd be paranoid as shit though.
But you got to think like
Yeah.
a submarine's just as dangerous almost as a spaceship, just without all the accelerant. You know, so
I don't know, Mars, bro. Be like a Total Recall.
Yeah, but then like,
God,
so
so much.
let's say something happens and your ship gets thrown off course. Like, how do you get it back?
fuck
on
it, we're
course?
going to Phobos.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah, we're just gonna go.
But that's not where the fucking city is.
I mean, eventually they'll have like space cars that be reliable.
Apparently, the space elevator
Like
is,
Honda, you know.
is actually pretty feasible. The moon
What?
elevator.
Ah, fuck. Hey, we fuck the moon.
the moon
Fuck
elevator.
the moon. Yeah. They've been floating the idea of making an elevator to go to the moon for about a decade now, at the very least. That I've heard
So
of it.
how is it gonna work if?
I'm not a fucking engineer, man.
No. I'm just saying, in just like you have this big. Or here's the.
How are they?
The moon,
How can they
here's
be
the
connected
Earth,
at all times?
Here's the
That's
moon.
my question.
Yeah, like doesn't shit move in between them, like
So I'm-
asteroids?
That
and
reminds
other
me
shit?
of an episode of Ed, Ed and Eddie, and they built an elevator, and it like went so high because they like had a pretend little office or something, and I remember they just kept putting shit on the elevator. No, Ed did, and then it went to the moon, and then they like knocked the moon over.
Love Ed.
Yeah, that was a great show.
You know, 2 + 2.
That's
is
where they got
2
the-
and a shoe.
Well, yeah, that's life lesson. That's a fucking life lesson.
And I hoop.
All
Now,
right.
what was the Rolf?
Yeah, he's son of a shepherd.
Yeah, son of a shepherd.
The old razzle dazzle.
Rolf, like that's number one kid from the cul-de-sac, honestly. But then you got that weird little mullato kid with his plank.
Johnny,
Yeah,
He's so fucking
which people
weird.
have disagreed with me about that kid's race.
Johnny's not mulatto, man.
What is he?
White kid.
He's got
Johnny's
a buzz cut
Johnny's
or a
fucking white
fade.
kid.
Or,
I
He's
don't.
that-
If it's
he's
a
those-
buzz cut, I think.
Johnny's one of those dirty white kids that you grow up with.
He's just dirty.
He's one of them dirty white
Wait,
kids.
no.
Those kids don't
He's
take
not
baths.
even like a quadroon. Like
Wait, he's one
that
of them
dude's got
dirty
some
bald
tint
kids.
to him.
but
He
would.
does have some color.
It's like 1990s Lex Luthor. You know?
Yeah.
Because I for the longest as a child, I thought Lex Luthor was just black. Like I just assumed he was black.
I don't like that kid.
No,
though.
you had him. Then you had what? Naz. She was a neighborhood thought.
She wasn't a thought. She
Did-
only fucked with Kevin.
Kevin was a little shit. Though.
Kevin
Yeah.
was a. Kevin was a.
Kevin was a piece of shit.
Kevin had a small dick. That's why he was always mad.
So did Eddie though.
Eddie had small
Yeah.
dick problems
Eddie
for
was just
sure.
ugly. See, Eddie was just ugly.
He was ugly as shit.
He the ugliest kid on the
Trying
block.
to live off his big brother's coattails.
And then
But-
I
you had-
love Double
then
D.
you had
Double D was so not problematic.
And,
Like,
then you had that. You had that.
Jimmy.
The trick.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Oh,
something
the super
else.
gay kid with the.
That
that kid.
pansy Jimmy.
Jimmy was tricking everybody because Jimmy would stop acting like that. That nigga was finessing everybody. Like, he played the fuck out of Eddie, took all that nigga money.
Oh yeah. I remember that one.
Ed's sister, Sarah, piece
Sarah
of
had-
shit.
Sarah was just an asshole.
She was such an asshole.
And then you had the canker.
The
sisters.
Canker sisters, the
Disgusting.
trailer park girls. But they like.
And that was it. That was like, no, I'm trying to think. That was everybody.
Yeah, you never saw an adult ever.
No.
Not even heard their
No.
voice. They didn't exist.
Well, because then it made sense. It was like summertime or whatever. Like that was
Year-round.
the whole season was supposed to just be summertime.
Didn't know
and,
that. I
like-
didn't know there was only one season.
Well, no, I meant the whole series, and then out of nowhere they introduced like the school aspect to it, and then like that's when they started putting like adults, but not like their faces really.
Oh. Well, let's go around the table real quick. It's the normal people. You got me here, and my name's still AJ. You got Space Boy Dandy over here. You got the BH over here. Boss Man right next to me. We out here, and some other people who are out there.
Out there.
Today is the big Area 51 raid.
They had it.
It's the
They
storm.
posted up.
It's the fucking
They
storm.
about to free them boys.
So it started with about 100 people outside of Rachel, Nevada, right? Everything was already the one.
Sounds like a name.
Well, yeah.
That's a porn name right there. Rachel, Nevada.
Okay, fair enough.
Rachel Levine.
But so like they started trickling in more, and I guess upwards of 1,500 people showed up. 2 arrests were made of people who were going past the signage. No harm to anybody, but you know, the 2 people who were arrested were YouTubers allegedly. So they're going to jail. They got a good story. Nobody's clapped any cheeks, but there was a cool video of all these like fucking bros out there, you know, and they're just screaming, "Clap them cheeks, clap them cheeks." And you could just see like the armed guards in the background, like, and they had fucking like Black Hawk helicopters circling over them with the light shining on them. Like, honestly,
Wow, that's real gutsy.
Yeah, you're playing around with
yeah,
rail
with
guns,
your
bro.
life,
Yeah, because what's stopping them from just lighting all y'all up?
They're like, I know there's cameras.
Yeah, that would
Yeah,
be
there were no
Yeah.
cameras. These people would be wiped
But
away.
here's the thing, though, like they
Over
still will get
still
wiped
will.
away
Yeah,
if they go too far.
Yeah.
If the guy who got arrested kept like if he was one of those like you tase him 3 times and he keeps going and he's trying to
You're
gets
gonna
past, he's
shot
gonna
at.
get shot by
Rail guns, yeah.
well more than likely a scar, but
A laser.
you know like they're gonna use fire.
Don't they have like landmines at some point?
You would
like,
think.
yeah, like, just I just imagine it like because when they said like, can you just walk up to the fence and just be like, yo, what up? Yo, let me in. Like I'm climbing the fence, and then you get shot like that. Like they shouldn't even be able to get that close.
So there's got to be somebody watching you from a distance as you get close. There has to be somebody watching you from the distance as you get there.
They probably got like cameras.
There's
on,
got to be like a sniper posted up,
sticks or
somebody just
something.
watching.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely. You know, like, and for the most part, I think these people are harmless. I think they're idiots.
Oh, yeah, they stupid for sure.
How do you have that much time and money to just like go to fucking Nevada and scream, clap them cheeks?
Smelly hippies, get a job.
They're not even hippies. They're probably smelly, but they're not even hippies. They're shitlords. You know, like it's just
Sneaking
like
shitlords,
mean
get a
kids.
job.
they got to at least somebody got at least other than the Naruto dude.
Yeah, that's what
Some more people got to at least try to rush.
That's what I was going to talk about. The guy who there was like a newscast going on. The newscaster's all serious and shit, and then in the background you just see this fucking guy Naruto running past really fast too. Like it honestly makes you go faster.
I mean, have
Do
you
you
ever seen a
think
slow
so?
Naruto?
Yeah, it gives you the big dick energy.
Have you ever seen a slow Naruto run?
I haven't.
Exactly.
It's always kids trying not to get shoved into lockers. You know.
The irony to that though, to get you shoved in the locker doing that, so you can't get caught. If you get caught, you're going in the locker.
I remember that phase of high school where all the kids they were at my table because I was king of the weird table, and all these kids, I didn't know what Naruto was. I didn't watch anime. Like Dragon Ball was my extent.
You didn't watch anime in high school? Oh.
I saw the headband kids.
Yeah.
Walking around with the Naruto headbands.
Oh yeah, there were tons of them.
I don't think I saw any of them doing the Naruto run.
I saw a few, but
I saw one or two do it through the hallways. There was like one kid in particular. Like I never knew like who that kid was or what his identity was because he had like the Naruto headband, but then he wore like a trench coat. With, with like or, dressed in like all black and like boots and stuff. Like so what? Like I don't know what this is.
Ooh,
like, are
that's
you
the
a
guy
golf,
you gotta watch out
like,
for.
are you a
you
golf
gotta
kid or do you like anime? Like I don't like.
He's
What
He's
are
a
you?
goth anime
People
kid.
start
What do you
throwing
mean?
fucking ninja stars at people.
Wouldn't that be
Yeah,
crazy?
then there was like a
with
ninja.
this shit.
There was like a ninja group of kids who like did all karate and shit.
Like, what if the Naruto kids, like, instead of shooting up the school,
They start throwing ninja
they start
stars.
throwing ninja stars at people? Like, would that become like more of an epidemic?
Like with a quickness.
Like they're really
And they
good
have
at it?
actual accuracy, yeah, because
Like
I
they're
mean,
just fucking taking out the whole class. Like nobody would expect it. You know,
And it's
there's
silent.
And it's silent. I was just about to say that.
and it's silent, so
That'd be
then
a-
it takes
that'd be a
longer for it to
fucking
get
joke.
reported.
Like you're sitting
It'll
here
take
doing
out
your
more
test,
people.
and like all of a sudden you see 3 people fucking slumped over on their desk.
Yeah, I wouldn't even
you're
be.
like-
I wouldn't even be threatened.
And now you've got one in your neck.
Nah, bro, you know how terrifying that would be. Like you,
Extremely. Because how do you... Because I feel like...
like you just hear
Do you think you could outrun a bullet or a ninja star?
You're not outrunning either,
You
but I
can
feel like you could probably.
Possibly outrun a ninja star, but you gotta like when I say outrun, I mean like
Like,
dodge it.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
try
what I
dodging?
mean.
Yeah.
Oh, you got
You
better
can't-
chance dodging a ninja star
Yeah,
than
you-
dodging a bullet.
Yeah, it's really not that easy to dodge a bullet due to maximum velocity. But something
At least with
propelled by human force.
At least with that, yeah, you gotta kind of watch them flick the wrist. You got a chance.
If
of
you're
dodging.
running and they're behind you, which...
Well, see, at that point, you just got your back turned, which is a terrible thing to do.
Now, see what I used to do with the
Gotta
old
be more careful.
with the old school PSPs.
Yeah.
It had the little button that would open the UMD rack. So if you flicked that as you press the button, the fucking disc would go flying. So I used to do that with games I didn't care for. I just fucking pop them at people. Y'all remember them fucking the Hornets?
A little piece of paper.
Yeah, or paper clips. Some
Those
people
are-
use
yeah.
paper clips.
You put a little staple.
I
to,
got
like,
hit in
end
the
of
eye
it.
with one of them fucking things one time.
I remember having a war in the classroom one time when we had a substitute teacher, and this one chick named Brittany something, but she got like nailed in the cheek, and like left a big old welt, and it was great.
Shit was
She
dangerous
was,
back then, but that's
she
how
was
we
kind
kept.
of a bitch, so she kind of deserved it.
But that was how we kept from shooting up schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
Well,
know,
I mean, this was.
Pretend.
You remember pencil fighting?
You remember no? You
remember that
like
shit?
the mechanical pencils that had like the lead?
Yeah.
Not the ones that you like push the thing, but it was like an actual like.
Oh,
little
wait.
white-
you screw- like,
With the
kinda-
eraser, the big eraser, like a
they
real
were like
pencil.
yeah. So what we would do, we would take all of them out except for one, and then take the back off, and then like kind of turn that shit into like a blow dart.
Oh no!
And just it's like, oh that shit would hurt.
Advanced weaponry. This is why it doesn't matter if you ban guns.
You
You know,
really
the,
does.
the kids are gonna make
You
Hornets.
are literally turning mechanical pencils.
They'll
into
use
blow
ninja
darts.
There's gonna
stars.
be Naruto Ninja Star people. You know, like,
And, they'll just die that way.
and you know the parents are really to blame, and the majority of these
For
planets,
the,
the
for the
parents,
storming Area 51.
all of it. The ninja stars, everything.
They're pretty much responsible.
and
They
those
brought this upon us.
and those parents responsible happen to be middle class white folk.
Yeah, most definitely.
So Kutre,
Most definitely.
I feel you had an experience that you wanted to talk about.
No, I didn't even experience
because
it.
you just randomly in the group chat.
It's
You're
just
like,
in general. Just think about all the fun shit. Being reckless, like having shooting, throwing rocks at each other, just doing dumb shit. The middle class whites want to ruin all the fun. You can't let your kids go outside without watching them.
Leashes.
Or they're gonna fucking call the cops on you. Now, you're neglecting your kids. You can't say certain words because it's offensive. It's the middle class whites. It's the middle class.
Yeah, they got to
whites.
be stopped
You're blaming the middle class whites.
because
They're taking everybody's fun away. It doesn't matter what
I
you
mean,
are. They're
imagine-
taking your fun away.
I
true.
remember in
poor
like
people and rich
high
people.
school.
Exactly.
We used to just get away with just murder, like the kind of stuff we would just do. And we had this one neighbor who would just always, like, it didn't matter what it was. Like, we were playing basketball or.
He called the cops.
It's too. No, I remember one time he came over to my dad. He came over to the house, walked right past us, went to the door, rang the doorbell, and like told my dad that we were like, like making too much ruckus, and we needed to. And my dad was like, "Okay, I'll deal with it."
Like, see those kids?
It just went back in the house, like didn't do anything about it.
These kids are bouncing that ball way too loud.
Yeah, just like
fucking
he was
loud.
playing because that's what I think. Like as technology gets more and more advanced, and as like like you want that to be a thing. Like you want kids to go outside and play and like learn how to like do that shit. Because what I mean? We like that generation where like we played video games, we went outside and did shit.
Nah,
Yeah,
man.
they
You know,
apparently
like-
don't want kids to go outside.
Listen.
Like even when they're outside with their fucking
Put
little
your- put-
iPads
put
or
your
phones
smartphone
or
up.
whatever.
No football.
You know, it's also frustrating.
Go build the bike
I know
ramp.
y'all experienced the middle class family, that just the general middle class white family, that the dad who's just overly protective of his family. Like, hey man, watch out for my kids. That's like, what the fuck, bro? Shut the fuck
Like
out.
nobody was near your
Nobody
fucking
was near your
kid.
No, that legit.
Fucking kids.
That'll probably be me though.
I'm like, hold the fuck down.
Like my kid's like right here, and somebody like slightly nudges into him in the
Hey,
store.
whoa!
Hey, buddy, watch where you're fucking walking. And when a
Like,
when a
fuck you
grown
and this
ass
damn
white
kid.
man calls you buddy, that's anger.
You know what I'm saying?
That's too much.
Like, but you gotta calm down. That was an accident.
Yo, I told
Slightly
a
tap
story.
the kid with a Publix bag.
Yeah.
Hey, you trying to hit my kid? No, man, that ain't what it is.
Hey, I yoked up a kid one time. I tell you, no, because
Calling DCF.
I let it be known, and it's two parts to this story. So I was leaving the mall one day, and I'm
see.
walking out the mall, and there's this
How
kid
small was it?
in West Oak.
Of course.
And- no.
At first, I thought you said how small was it. And I thought
Oh,
you were
no.
talking
Well, how small
about
was the
the
kid? That's
kid.
also not how small was the
Oh
kid.
well, no, he was like he had to be like 7th grade, like he's in middle school. So he was
yeah.
he's pretty like he wasn't as tall as me, but he was a decent. He was big enough to get his ass beat.
Okay.
So I'm walking up to my car and I see these kids like kind of like hanging out by my car, and as soon as they see me kind of walking in the direction of the car, like they take off, and then as I get close, I see that they like kind of like been putting like they were number one, they were smoking cigarettes. So like this is already
Smoking
wrong.
with cigarettes.
And he put a cigarette on my window, like on the windshield,
dare
like with
he.
the wipers and shit. So I'm like, like, hold up, bro. So they get on the bike, try to run off. I grabbed him, I yelled him, I'm like, get this shit off my fucking car, man. And he was like, all like scared and shit. I'm like, yo, you don't fucking play around with people's shit like this. And I fucking like, get the fuck out of here. And him and his friend they were just doing dumb shit. But I'm like, cause you could mess around and catch the wrong nigga, and
Yeah.
like they do, and then they really like fuck you up. Like I just yoked them up, like, yo, get this off my car. So maybe it might have been 2 months later. I was at Publix and I seen the same kid and his mom.
Orlando's too small.
So I went up to him. I said, "Yeah, your son's smoking cigarettes."
Oh no!
Like I seen him. No, I said no. I'm like I seen him the other day. Like because he's up. Being this nice kid. I'm like, nah, fuck you, man. Like fuck that. Like he just looked like a piece of shit kid. And I'm just like, yeah,
Well,
no, bro.
Clearly, he's going through some things. Maybe that's why he's smoking with cigarettes.
Needed
maybe
his
his
ass
dad
beat.
just left
outside
him.
the mall.
Needed his ass beat.
His dad just went to go get a pack of
And
cigarettes 3 days ago
the girl he likes won't talk to him.
because he doesn't have a dad.
Because he's a punk bitch.
He doesn't have a dad, so she started talking to his other friend instead. So he turned to
He's got a
cigarettes.
great dad.
Yeah, okay.
Takes them to water parks.
I remember seeing this
She
kid
goes with him
crying.
to the water park.
This dude crying because some girl wouldn't talk to him. It's like, shut up. Like, grow up. She don't like you anyway, dude. She's a hoe.
Oh,
Wait, how old, was this a kid or a man?
No, this was in like middle school or some shit. Like, yo, she
was a hoe?
She's a hoe.
Was she?
She, to my
Middle school
knowledge, she
hoes
dated
exist?
like
that's
two
rude.
Nah,
or three
there-
different dudes or some shit.
There were bitches in my middle school who were pregnant.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, there were like one or
Same.
two, which was like, yo, and there was one Mexican girl who got pregnant twice.
In middle school?
Yes, no, once in middle school and again in high school, and it was just like,
A happy little
you
family.
just.
That's not fair.
How is it not fair?
No, I'm just saying it's not. It's not fair to herself. It's not. I'm not saying that it's like
Hey.
a disservice
Oh,
to anyone
'cause-
else, but it sucks for her because she literally never gets to grow up without
No,
having
she's
a
like
child.
she's like a grandma now.
She was
like
a child.
29. She's a grandma already. Like,
with a child, like literally a child with a child. How do you even establish your own sense of self? Like, the fuck? That's too much.
My mom had my oldest sister when she was 15. So it's
Yeah.
I mean, even then, like before sex ed, like I had a thing like, look, I'm not gonna let that happen to me. Not gonna be me, bro. Not gonna be me.
Well, some people actually had that fear stuck with them. Some people just like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, just going in, just.
Or they was like, nah, ain't gonna be me. Nah, that's what you thought.
Well, bro, I mean, it just makes your life like that much harder.
You got
Like no one said having a kid makes it easier.
I mean,
Even when you're like old and ready for it, it doesn't mean that it's like gonna be easy.
You just pawn your kid off on your parents.
Yeah, I'm just gonna adopt a kid that's like already like 13 or something.
For instance, I was
start
considering
working.
getting a small, easily taken care of pet. Like I first
Yeah,
thought
get a
of.
cat.
Well, no, I live in a room and I'm not having a cat box in my room.
All right, mongoose.
That's no.
Fish
I'm
tank.
not having any sort of ferret.
Bearded
I
lizard.
was thinking
Bearded-
about
yeah,
I was thinking
lizard.
about getting a little beta fish
Yeah, those are cute.
or maybe a little turtle, a little baby turtle.
Yeah, but they can stink.
Yeah, the turtle juice.
So
That fish water, that tank water. Gotta clean that shit
No,
up.
the turtle's gonna stink. Like
Get a bearded
really
lizard,
bad.
bro.
I just got a
if
fish
you
tank.
don't want to have a cat box in your room, then having a turtle in your room
Get
is
a
gonna
lizard.
fucking stink.
well,
Get a lizard.
I guarantee
hear me
you.
out. I
I've
thought
had
about
turtles.
it and I was like, wow, my life's going really good right now. I'm setting everything up. My room's constantly clean now. I'm not living in
for
a
you.
state of, disgust constantly. So why the fuck am I going to add more responsibility to my list? Like, and spend money to do so. The beta fish itself is $5. The tank's like $12. I don't know how much food for fish costs. I've never had a fish.
Beta fish are super easy. I
Yeah.
had
You
one.
feed them like twice. I know. Like
I
twice
put
a day.
together my tank. I got some pretty fish in there too.
Yeah.
All under like $100, $100 or so bucks. Filter, gravel, sand. What else? Air bubbler, all this. Like and then you go get the fish. Now I went to a dealer. I didn't go to like.
They've got fish dealers.
Yeah, I mean like a supplier. Like they get them shipped
Oh,
in.
I thought you were talking about like some guy with a
You
truck.
He just got like a bag of fish.
He's got a
Like,
bunch of
look
bags
at the
of
fish
fish.
I got.
Yo.
These are the fish I got for today. Come back tomorrow.
that
I might have
exotic
some new
fish right
fish.
here.
Yo, no, the place I went to in Apopka, like the dude's like this like aggressive Italian guy with like
Oh no.
he's got like no, I mean like he's cool, but he's like yeah, I got those coming in tomorrow. Yeah, just come back tomorrow. I got them
The
coming.
best goldfish.
Yeah, I'm like all right, bet. No, he was cool. Like
Do
I got like some ghost shrimp, like these little tiny little see-through shrimp, and they just like they clean up after the other fish, but they just float around in the
That's
tank.
cute.
Do they clean up well? Because like,
Enough.
I usually saw like what are they? The algae eaters as the
ones-
cleanup
Yeah,
crew.
it
Just suck on
depends.
the
The
tank.
sucker, the
Yeah, the su-
sucker mouth.
Yeah, the sucker
But I
mouths.
just take a scrubber and just clean it myself.
yeah.
But but they eat up like the waste from the fish and.
Do you name your fish?
I haven't named them yet.
Yet? How long have you had them?
Oh my bad. I had them for what? Almost over a month, over 2 months.
You haven't named your
yeah,
fish.
how many
You
days?
How
had
do you
them.
name the fish? Like if he's got multiple fish, what the fuck you mean?
What do you
Yeah, I don't know.
mean?
They don't have
I mean-
personalities. They're fish.
No, well,
You
I
don't
mean,
name your fish?
I've never owned a fish.
I have these.
Do you name your
Brahmies.
fish?
See, I just only had goldfish, and they all look the same, so I couldn't really name them.
Just call him Goldie.
There's like 20 different ones in there.
Listen.
No, I have these. They're called Grommies. So I have one that's he's a powder blue one. One that's this gold one. He's beautiful.
What are
looks
their
like a koi.
names?
I don't have a name for him. I just call him Goldie. He's
See?
gold. But and then the other two are honey Grommies. They're like this beautiful color, and they just swim together. I don't have names. I can tell them
Well, it
apart.
doesn't matter.
So I don't need names. And I got 4 little neon
They're
tetras.
not real.
Now those I can't name because I can't. They're so small. Like I can't pick out who's who.
I like naming everything. I'm the type of person that like names my fucking iPods. Like I name all the stuff. All my fish had names.
All my fish have names.
There was, well, some of them are my brothers, but there was Ginger, and there was Lily, there was Gooby, there was Nemo, there was George, and there was Steve. Steve died, like, because he killed himself the first day we got him.
How did he kill himself?
He just jumped the fuck out.
That's how to me for the fish jumps out the tank.
Yeah.
Fish like, fuck it.
Yeah.
It's
Just
over.
jumped the fuck
It's
out.
It's over
and
with
died.
now.
You ever think they realize the mundane lives they live? Like, when they're in
100%, and that's why they jump the fuck
Yeah,
out.
because normally, like, fish, like, they swim. Like, they swim far just to, like, go spawn.
Yeah, but see, some of these
like, what is
fish,
this?
like those little dwarf, because the three of the gouramis that I have, they're dwarfs, so they're not gonna get any bigger than what they are now. Now, I have one in there that he was just small enough for me to put him in there, but he's gonna get big to where like I can't keep him in that tank, so I'll need a bigger one, or as my friend has a 100-gallon tank, so he can fit it in there, or put him in the pond that he has in the backyard, which is huge.
He's got, like, a fucking fish farm?
Pretty much. But he's got like bass and stuff in there, and other little fish, turtles.
When I went out to the forest, I got to see some yellow striped bass spawning. Like it was fucked up though, because like
you ain't getting no fish from Rob.
it was I mean they said
nut all over the place.
Yeah, there was just fish nut everywhere because I had the not scuba, but the fucking shit on, you know.
Yeah,
snorkel. That's it. I had the snorkel on, and like, you know, it's a spring, so it's like cold as fuck, but every so often it'd feel really warm, and I'd be like, oh, is somebody pissed? Nobody's here. And you'd look down because you can't see them unless you use the snorkel. They're right under you, but you can't see them. And you look down, and there's like fish just like flipping over on their sides to fertilize eggs all under you, and you're like, oh my god, I'm in fish cum.
Is it warm?
Yeah, it's warm, which makes no sense because they're not warm-blooded fish. How is their cum warm?
Oh god!
You just walking, you just wading through it.
Wade through the cum.
No good. So, what other pets did you guys have? Because like, I used to have a hamster.
I had a bird that was pretty cool.
I always fucking wanted a hamster. Like, to this day, I still want a hamster.
They're little shits.
One.
They'll bite.
They're so cute and little, and you hold them in your hand.
And they'll bite you. And
they shit in your hand.
But also, I was a child, so like, it probably was. I was probably too rough with the hamster. It was probably sick of my ass. Eventually, I tried to make modifications to its cage, right? But again, I was a child.
Like actual, like the store-bought modification? No.
So I was a child, and I tried to rig it with like cardboard, and my hamster got out. And at this time, I had, I think, 2 cats. So we never found the hamster. So I'm
hamster
assuming
dead.
Yeah, I'm assuming
Got taken.
Her name was Etc. So,
Except
Etc. Because I didn't know what that meant at the time. I was 7.
The cats were like, "Hey, we about to have a snack real quick."
But like some people get some like really weird fucking pets, you know? Like I've seen.
Would you get a pet rat?
That's not for me. I've seen people with pet rats. I like rodents. You know, they're cool.
I enjoy rodents.
No, I don't like.
I don't want a little beady-eyed rat looking at.
No rats.
You know, like
the thing is with rodents, I don't like if there's any scaly parts that are too big, I don't want to see it. I.e., like a rat's tail, it's gross. It needs to be covered in like fur, and maybe I can tolerate it. Is that rude? That's rude.
Like a little bushy rat tail.
Yeah, then it's like a squirrel.
I was that's a squirrel at that point.
You know, and I would have a squirrel.
So I got really disassociated from rodents as a child because my sister had snakes too, and like sometimes she'd be like, "Go feed the snake; it's in the tub." Mm-hmm. Like, give me like live mice to throw into the snake pit of the tub, and so rodents just they don't do it for me anymore.
You know, mice, I remember when I lived with my aunt and there was a problem with the mice in the basement, kind of. Well, not really a problem, but they'd show up. And so she got these traps, like the little sticky ones. And I remember I went down there one day and I like fucking cried because there was a tiny little brown mouse and he was on there, like on his side, and he was just breathing. Like just so hard, and like it was so fucking.
No, he had to go.
Oh, it was so sad. Like you could just see he was suffering, bro. I was heartbroken.
I shot one with a BB gun.
Oh my god!
A rat or a mouse?
It was a mouse.
Like
a field
mice.
mouse.
Was it like out there, or was like?
It's like, hey, it got in the garage. And I had a BB gun. I'm like, no, I can't catch it in time because he's gonna run behind the shit. It's like, I'll wait till like stuck his head out. I just popped his ass. He started flipping on the floor.
Oh no!
And he tried to run around to the corner, and he says he was in the corner. And I went around to the other side, and I cocked me back one more time. bam. The boy went down.
Tragic.
Hey, listen, man.
Charcuterie mouse hunter.
Is
He
there
broke the rules. You don't come in the human domain.
so
Stay outside.
is there any animal you wouldn't have as a pet?
Well, possibly something that could. Another that I know for a fact, if shit went wrong, I couldn't handle it.
Like no lions.
No lions.
Tigers,
No
What about an
bears.
ocelot?
Yeah, no, yeah,
The ocelot
saying
fuck
he
you up,
wants
but I
an
want to pet
ocelot.
ocelot.
yeah,
He
just
keeps saying that.
just nothing that would snitch on me, you know, that kind of thing.
What about a crocodile?
I want to pet
Yep,
ocelot.
no.
Man. Give me a pet ocelot.
What was his name in Pimp?
Oh, I forgot. He did have. I forgot about that. That dude did have a pet ocelot. Holy shit.
Her name was like Lucy or some
Yeah,
shit like
yeah.
that. Oh man. But yeah, I'd love like a large cat, but not like a large cat. You know, like just big enough to where if it wanted to, it could kill me, but I'd still have a fighting chance. You know, like because like I still feel like if it was like me versus a mountain lion and even like armed with a knife, I feel like it'd still be a really hard time. You know, like their paws are like as big as my hands.
Oh, yeah.
Plus
No, to get on
claws.
top of you, you just go straight to the jugular, and then boom, done.
Yeah, but, that thing's
Yeah, but it's
swiping.
on top of you, swiping like
Yeah,
holding
no,
you.
bro,
and-
you're done. So large but small enough.
Yeah, like you know, like a Tolkien-sized cat. You know, maybe
gotta
a
be-
little less thick.
You gotta be able to kick it.
Yeah,
give it
it's
a
got to
good
be
kick.
a kickable cat. But
You can't kick a mountain lion. It's not gonna do nothing. It's not gonna do shit. Actually, just piss it off even more.
I remember this story where, Jay told me about how, like, I let him borrow one of my gym bags or something to move, and he just ended up keeping it.
Look.
So he was at one of his girlfriend's houses back in the day, his girlfriend, and the cat like pissed. Her sister's cat pissed on the bag, so he walked in the room and was so pissed he kicked the cat. He just kicked it. He was like, "Get out of here!" So the cat like flipped over and ran out the room, just like.
Like, that's disrespectful. But see, some cats are just disrespectful like that, just pissing on your shit. Like it just knows that's your shit. It's
yeah,
gonna go
sometimes they'll
piss
do it
on
on purpose too. Like I had I ran that cat prison, and
But that's why they're pissing on shit because you're in a cat prison.
well, I didn't want it to be a cat prison.
got
I
cats
just
raping
I
other
just
cats
kept
and shit?
I kept seeing similarities
That's crap.
between
Cat
my
prison.
home and a prison for cats.
There's a hierarchy for the cats in that prison.
Yeah, there was a hierarchy, but Louis, the big dog, big cat, you know, he would
for the big show.
when he was mad at me, like we got his nuts taken out so he'd stop spraying. First of all, that didn't make him stop spraying at first because he had already had them for so long. It just pissed him off.
Like, oh, you gonna take my nuts?
Yeah, so he just started pissing on everything, and he would like look at me as he'd do it.
See, that was a power
So
play.
I'd have to like smack him. Oh yeah, Louis tried power plays on me all the time. Like the first time he got out, and I wrangled him back in. He for like 2 days he lurked around the house hunting me, like literally hunting me. And I had to get on all fours and fucking teach him who's boss. I'm like, no, I'm Cat King. You shut the fuck up.
You got on all fours and you started slapping them down.
Essentially, and hissing at him. I
I
was like, what are you gonna do? Because anytime I'd see him, he'd just look at me and be like, like anytime. So I'm like, no, fuck this. I'm sick of your shit, Louis. You're gonna realize who's boss here. You live in here, not outside. Fucking cats. They're
It's fucking disrespect, bro. It's disrespect.
yeah. It's not like the little one who because there were two cat boxes. And he just got confused and didn't know where to shit. He'd shit right in between the two cat boxes. That's different.
See, he couldn't handle.
Yeah, he
the
just couldn't
stimulation.
figure it out.
Yeah.
But he was also kind of, he was incest cat. So.
Oh yeah, so he's a little slow.
Yeah, he's strong.
Got to kill him.
Oh, no. I like the cat.
That's rude. Don't say that.
What I don't like is these male feminists out here.
They don't exist.
Well, they say
Bunch
they
of
exist.
punk bitches.
They don't exist.
Let me just go off on my little tirade. Most men who claim to be a male feminist
right?
are predators.
Oh,
Yes.
They are emotional predators.
Yes.
They're pandering to what they think a woman wants so that they can attempt to get pity pussy or
Yes.
relatable pussy or
Yes.
a crumb of pussy, please, man.
What? Just a crumb. Just a crumb.
I
of
just
pussy,
want
please.
to like Tiny Tim. May I have a bit of pussy, please?
Exactly.
Just with like a cup.
So like
They just want to touch it. Just let me touch it.
Because like I was raised by women. I got 2 older sisters and my mother. And so I respect women. I think they're they're very important in this world. I wouldn't have life without a woman, and that's cool, But don't go out here saying like, oh, I'm fighting for women's rights. First of all, motherfucker, you ain't doing shit except holding a fucking sign and wearing a pink pussy hat.
Like what are you doing?
Like
to further. You know what I'm saying? Like
what rights don't Zav? What rights don't you have?
I don't have all the rights that men have.
Elaborate.
AJ's like, I thought this was gonna go another way, and it's going a different way, and shit.
No, I want to know this.
Well, yeah. This is a good discussion.
This is saucy.
All the the stuff.
What is the stuff?
What stuff?
Rights that men have.
We can take our shirts off in public.
Exactly.
You
That
can
one.
too. That's not against the
I
law.
cannot. I cannot.
No?
I will get
That's against.
fined.
That is definitely against the law, except in Colorado, in Denver. Denver
you can-
just.
I cannot
passed
walk
it.
around
It's
here
part of you
bare
could be like
chested.
it's part of your religion to be
Denver's got weed, shrooms, and topless women.
let them swing.
Can you imagine trying to be topless in Colorado?
So you get a frostbite.
Yeah, nipples
Or you
fall
get
right
tick
off.
bite.
I bet the chicks who do that don't take baths. They don't take showers on the regular. They
That's
stink.
slanderous.
I believe it.
So
That's rude. That's super rude.
How do y'all feel about these male feminists? These quote male feminists.
They're either one of two things. They're either one, they're predators, or two, they're spineless, and they think that by being an ally, they're gonna get some ass. So it's the same thing essentially. It's just one's more aggressive with it, and one just a bitch with it.
Yeah. No, well, like that guy Derek Jacks, the dude who's always filming his videos in the car.
Well, see, that's red flag right there.
Yeah. No. Well,
just-
it's like okay, because I was talking about this with some people the other day, and we all came to the consensus that he is a fuck nigga, and that he's just like guys like him are the worst because they get on social media and they like caping like, oh hey, ladies, if a man really wants to be with you, here's 7 ways you're gonna know, and it's just like no, like you're just pandering, like you just put down dudes. Come to find out, this dude is like he's like cheated on his wife or something like 10 times, and then there's another dude. He's some poet or something, but he goes around writing poems, telling, and he goes and like does these speaking events, and it's so crazy to me because I look at it like, okay, this is a man telling women how to feel, like trying to uplift them, and like I get it. Like if you look at it from the positive side, it's like, oh, okay, well he's trying to do something good here, but then it's like, okay, he's selling T-shirts, he's selling merch, like books, like all of his poetries and books is published. And it's like, so he's just money. Yeah, so he's just making money. He's just saying what he needs to say. And I'm like, okay, so he's just full of hot air too. Like he doesn't mean any of this shit. Like I'm like, dude, where's your fucking wife at? Where's your girl? You know what I mean? Like, so it's that kind of shit where he's going along and girls like, because he will post pictures of his DMs where girls are like sending him DMs, and he's like, excuse me. He goes, keep your hate, like the caption, he was posting the caption be like, not just yet, my queens, or some shit like this. Like, shut the fuck up.
I was just about to say something about that. Any black dude who's always saying my queen's a queen, that nigga
Sounds
is
like
a
you're
predator.
trolling.
Yeah, that guy is definitely a predator.
That
Like I
nigga a
literally
predator.
can't take you seriously. Like you sound like I feel like you're trolling me. Like what?
What?
Why would like any guy who like yeah?
Hey, what up?
who
What up,
always
queen?
Says
It's
it.
just like no.
Queens, these beautiful queens.
Oh,
But then someone would say maybe that's just because I've never had someone actually tell me that or whatever. Like people always find a way to like flip it back to
This man might have called you that.
yeah.
Nah.
No, it's just weird. Like
yeah, but those guys are the fucking worst.
And also, not all women are queens. There's some trashy ass.
That's what I'm
bitches
saying.
out
Like,
yeah,
you
there's some
can't
game
deal in
pigs out there.
absolutes.
There's some game pigs.
It's weird if you're just like referring to all women as queens. It is because I myself,
Hashtag
as a
not all
woman,
But believe all
like
women.
I don't like all women, and I don't feel like defending all women just because they're fucking women. I don't believe in that. I do believe that all women should have just as much of a chance as like any man. I feel like we should be equal to all men. But, you know, just like men, there's some shitty women. There's some shitty men. Like, I mean, that's
Scammers.
just like, you know, that's the
thoughts.
bottom line. Is
Turbo.
and so
Preach.
like the male feminist to me, it's personally, and you know, I'm not necessarily the norm. I don't fuck with it. Like, don't tell me that you're a male feminist and think that I'm like gonna fucking swoon or some shit.
It just
'cause-
plays to the basics. It's just like, oh yeah, hey ladies, if you if you want your man to treat you better, you have to do this. And it's just like,
No,
how do you stop it, just sit down.
Any like
Because
male.
anybody can see it coming. Like you see those guys, and it's just like, stay away from that dude.
My thing is like, I don't need you to make an announcement about like, oh, I'm a male feminist, so you know,
Like you should.
I'm a great
defend-
person. It's
Yeah.
like, I don't
Like-
need you to like make an announcement about your fucking values and your morals or whatever.
It's virtue signaling.
Like, you know,
Yeah, you should
either
defend
are-
women and protect them without having to do all that bullshit. Like you just do it. You don't get up there and talk about it. You just do it.
Either you fucking are. Or
You see
like,
something
aren't.
wrong, you speak up. You see somebody getting mistreated, you speak up. You step in, you intervene. But you don't need to go around waving a fucking cape like you're fucking superhero. It's just. You know, like you said, like you're just doing it to. I need some pussy, please.
And then also
Just a
like,
crumb.
Just a
some
crumb of
leftovers.
Just a
and
crumb.
also I feel like, you know, with feminism today, I think it's very heavy reliant. Like there's this tone of, oh, if he can do it, I can do it type shit, and not in a good way, like in all the worst aspects and you know, traits. And I just, it's not anything productive, you know, like feminism of today, well, whatever. And so if you're presenting yourself as a male feminist, to me, like, again, I don't have, why are we talking? Like, don't talk to me. Like, I really just, I'm not interested because you're on some bullshit. Like, honestly.
I got one last thing to talk about, and it happens to be a male feminist.
Male feminist?
So our favorite Canadian, no, not our favorite, but the Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, Mr. Pretty Boy, always for social,
Mr. Blackface?
always for social justice.
Mr. Popo?
Oh, this one has him actually next to what appears to be real Middle Easterns in the blackface. So,
Well,
in 24 hours, 3 separate photos from 3 separate events.
Cookie Canadians.
That boy was having fun.
He's got one.
All the fun.
He's got one at an Arabian Nights themed party back when he used to work at a private school. Have you seen these? Because I love this one because he looks so scary. Like
Black and white one.
the black and white.
Oh my
I
gosh.
seen that one.
So
That's fucking horrendous.
he did his hands and everything. Like it's,
That's horrendous.
this dude is really into his costumes. So
This is like some shit from like a Terrence and Phillips sketch on South Park.
So there's another one where he appears. Is he supposed to be dressed up like Jimi Hendrix here, like
He has
Prince?
3 separate ones. Usually you just get caught one time.
Yeah, you get the one
But he
big
had
one and
3
that
separate
blows
ones.
it out. Now he's got 3.
So
Yikes.
and the other one's like, it's like he's in public like this in one of them. Like he's like out in like, it looks like a baseball stand maybe, but it's just like zoomed in on him. Why is he do? He's got the arms and everything. Like he's got black makeup all over his body. And that's the funny thing. Like he keeps referring to it as makeup. Like, yes, I wore makeup for these costumes.
I just wore black makeup for 3 separate
makeup.
3
occasions.
separate pictures.
3 separate occasions I had on black
You
makeup.
use makeup, don't you?
You see, again, it had been one time.
Yeah, everybody uses. Yeah, you don't use make. What? No. What?
Use makeup.
You don't darken
like,
your skin?
it's like even if you did it one time, it'd still be bad. But you still be like, okay, man, it was just bad. A bad idea. But when you do
But
it
you don't
3
get
separate
that. You
times.
don't get that pass even the first
So
time
you don't.
in 2019.
You don't,
And
but you could
especially-
at least even then, with the one time, you could at least try to explain your way out. Doesn't mean it'll work. But if you get caught 3 separate times.
Here's the crazy thing:
3 separate
because
times.
he's so beloved by the left and like Canada, he's supposed to be a shining star for what a world leader should be.
Yeah.
It's getting mental gymnastics a lot. So like an argument I keep hearing is, but the policies that he enacts prove that he's not racist. Okay, and like nobody said he was necessarily a racist, right? He wore blackface.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was upset
whether or
about.
not he doesn't like the people he was portraying,
He still did something. You know,
it was incredibly insensitive.
Yeah, he still did something that y'all usually complain about.
Like every Halloween, I joke about dressing up as Mr. Popo. This motherfucker actually did it.
That man.
He's got the turban and everything.
It's interesting what people are willing to permit, depending on like
if they like you or not.
Yeah.
Imagine if a picture of Trump emerged,
where
he had like the Ash Wednesday shit on his forehead. It was like, Trump's flirting with blackface.
Oh my god.
I bet he could just get away with that shit and nobody would be able to do anything about it. Trump in blackface?
Trump, I don't know. They'd raise a lot of hoopla.
Yeah, but he'd be like, hey, y'all gonna vote for me again?
No, I ain't gonna lie. Justin Trudeau pulls off the blackface by looking like a parody of himself, honestly. Like, he just keeps doing this shit. Like, there's so many pictures of him in different, like, ceremonial garbs and, like...
That dude weird.
It looks goofy.
What is he doing? And, like...
Canada sucks. just Canada. I'm sorry, man. You have a friend, Canada. Sorry, dude.
Oh shit! I didn't
fucking suck. Oh, the only good
Time
thing.
Magazine published this fucking picture.
Wow.
Time Magazine did this to Justin Trudeau.
Oh, they had to.
They're like, nah, you know what?
Going in the history books, boy.
Look at this. Look at this history.
The only good things out of Canada: Toronto Raptors and
bacon.
Yeah, and
Hams are
Justin Bieber.
And shut up, Trailer Park Boys.
Drake.
Letterkenny.
Can you cut her mic?
Poutine.
Just because she's just saying.
I've never had poutine. I've never had poutine. I've always been so interested.
It's not. I'm not like the way.
It's just fries.
The way that they have
curds
it
and fucking gravy.
No, the way that they have it, they put mayo on it, which is like fucking disgusting.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, the Canadians do a lot of shit with their French fries. Like they do the malt vinegar, and
that's
why
not
they got. That's why they got the malt vinegar at Five Guys.
Oh,
yeah.
There's malt vinegar at Five Guys.
I'd never noticed that. Well, yeah, mayo on fries is just an abomination, and you should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the
mayo
law.
with the ketchup if you want a lighter.
I'm tired of people doing that.
No, I don't do this. I rarely even use ketchup. I haven't even been eating fries.
Yo, that's some middle class white shit right there.
No, it's not.
Mixing the mayo.
That's some Spanish shit.
They sold the mayo chup.
Huh?
It's Spanish. Yeah.
I didn't know that was a Spanish thing.
You didn't?
No.
No, they do that.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, that makes sense why they gave us fucking mayo chup with the empanadas at the Metro store today. I know that was a lot to unpack.
Yeah, whoa, what?
Mayo chup.
Yeah,
that's
because they were selling it in a bottle recently.
That doesn't seem safe.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
Yeah,
I know you're talking about.
that
just doesn't seem safe.
That's a big no for me, dog.
Must be stopped.
You gotta stop the Canadians.
Stop.
Yeah, Canada sucks.
And stop snitching. Stop Canadians.
Stop Canadian snitching.
Stop Canadian snitching. Do you think Canadians would definitely be the group of people that just snitch?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I saw him over there. He was definitely breaking into that car, but it's not really any of my business. But since I saw a constable here,
damn.
I think he had a red bandana in his back pocket.
Uh-oh.
Is
everybody's a 9 tray now.
Everybody knows Trey.
Is he Canadian?
Oh,
who's that?
6ix9ine.
No,
no.
I don't know. I was just making. I don't know.
No,
man.
that nigga from
the Bronx, isn't it? Brooklyn.
He's from
Brooklyn.
New York.
He's from Brooklyn.
He's definitely from New York State.
That boy, fucking damn it, Daniel.
Daniel.
Damn it,
Daniel, back at it again.
No, you guys got it all wrong. It's damn it, Danimals.
Damn it, Danimals.
Are they gonna call him Danimals in prison?
He's dead. He's a dead boy.
Yeah, I mean Jim Jones violated him.
It's like
yeah, he's a dead boy.
It's like
which is kind of he just snitched on himself. If anything do happen to him,
he's
gonna get investigated on. But
that trippy red shit was petty though. That shit was petty as fuck.
All of it
was
was.
hilarious.
It's like imagine you chilling. You like, yeah, man, my nemesis and finally got his ass locked up. I don't gotta deal with that nigga no more. Next thing you know, this nigga on the fucking stand talking about, oh yeah,
He gay.
he had so and so gang. It's like, man, what the fuck? I be so upset. It's like, man, what the
Keep
fuck
my
are you
name.
doing?
But see, this is the
Out.
thing. Like, do you think they're gonna investigate these other ones? Like you think they really gonna investigate Cardi B?
Well, Atlantic
Fucking
came out immediately
Jim
and was like,
Jones,
nope,
like-
she's not gang affiliated. It's like, but she said she's gang
Well,
affiliated.
I tell you this. There's a girl. Her name is Star Brim.
Okay, I don't like
That
where
sounds
this is
like
going.
a
Star
porn.
Brim. It's like a porn name.
No, she's
Yeah. Porn.
she's from New York, but she's
She
like
does
one of
porn?
Cardi's.
Just kidding.
She could
Oh.
got a great set of. Never mind. Anyway,
Whoa.
so
Rude.
so she's she's a blood or whatever or Crip, whichever one Cardi was.
That should
Blood.
be a blood.
So that's how they became friends, is through like gang shit. So
Gang.
yeah. So and
A
then,
whole lot of gang shit.
and this was before, like this was like right before she started. This was like maybe 6 years ago. So they've been friends for a while now. But
You know who Cardi
Go
B
on.
reminds me of? The female dinosaur from Barney.
Oh, Baby Bob.
Baby Bop. Yeah, that bitch looked like Baby Bop.
But for a second, I thought you were gonna say fucking Ducky from Land Before Time.
Oh.
I thought when you said
That too, yeah.
dinosaur, I was thinking of Land Before Time as well.
Ducky, yeah.
It was like,
but yeah, no, that's just like it's like so she probably was in a gang. She just probably didn't.
Yeah, she got dicked in.
niggas gotta stop
Yeah.
snitching. That's what it comes down to.
I
That's
was,
that's
you
the
know-
moral of this story.
There's no acceptable form of snitching.
Why
If
is
you-
he's he's
There's
doing
no
it?
acceptable form of snitching. The only people I'm gonna let slide snitches if you a telling ass nigga anyway. Like you some
Or-
suburban ass motherfucker.
Or check it
but you
out.
don't accept
Check it out.
like a civilian.
You see who murdered your cousin. Like that's just close enough of a family member. You're not, but it's not close. It's not. You're not. It's not a close cousin. So you're not gonna go kill a motherfucker over
I'm
it.
telling.
Yeah, you're gonna go tell.
I'm fucking telling.
I'm
The fuck.
freaking telling.
The fuck.
Yeah, I mean,
They
but
killed my
see, all right, but here's the rule.
Cuzzo!
Yo, here's the rule, right? Now, because if you're going to be involved in that gang shit, like if you're involved in that life, there's a code. Now, the old lady down the street, like you said, if she sees a grandson get shot or knows who did it, she's a civilian. She's gonna go. She has the right to do that because
So
she's a
if
law.
you're a
She
civilian,
pays her.
you're allowed to.
She pays her taxes. She's not involved in that. But you're in the gang.
Yeah,
you're
if you're
selling dope.
If you're in
moving,
gang life,
you're moving
you
that
don't,
shit.
You
There's
Absolutely
a
not.
there's a
You do not
certain
get it
level
right.
of rules.
There's no pass to
yeah,
that.
there's no. You can't because you're doing dirt. You can't
once
go
you-
flip on other dudes that are doing dirt because you was doing it with them.
Once
As,
you're doing
as,
dirt, you
as
can't
my good
switch.
friend
Yeah,
Garrett
you
says,
just have to eat it.
We're all guilty here.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's the civilians on the street get a pass, but the people involved in that they don't. It's just
Anybody
that
wearing New
simple.
Balances gets a pass.
Yeah. It's like going
Okay.
back to the cousin thing, like shit.
Uh-huh.
If one of my cousins got killed, it's like I'm not telling the cops. I'm just gonna have to get you handled.
Yeah, but like if it's not a close
Well,
cousin,
that's
I'm just
kind
gonna have to
of.
get you handled. Hey,
I
man,
don't
it's
like
blo-
that because
it's
then
blood
you're
for
opening
blood.
the door
It's
for
blood for blood. It
and
is
then
what
you're
it
opening
is.
the door
It is
for
what
more
it is.
shit.
It
Like
is what it is.
here's how I feel
No
about the
talking to
police,
the
right?
feds.
that's stupid.
No talking to the feds.
I don't like the police. Period. I barely even think they should exist. However, because they do exist and they're paid with my tax dollars, I think that they're on my beck and call. If I need somebody arrested, you know, like if I
Go get this motherfucker.
Yeah, go get him right
they
now.
never do it. I almost every time the cops have been involved with me, I have been implicated in a crime that I didn't commit. So I don't deal with police. I don't tell them shit, you know, like, but
And you shouldn't like feel forced to or anything. 'Cause,
Right.
Like my cousin got murdered a couple years ago in
sorry
North
to hear
Carolina, and thank you. And like the way like the story was that it went down was he was shot execution style, and because he was dealing dope and all that. But he lived in his house and he had like a roommate or some friends over or something. And there were some people. One of them was hiding upstairs when all this was going on. When the people allegedly broke in, hiding in the closet upstairs. So it's like, okay, well, you were up there, you had your phone, you didn't call the police, like you didn't think to do anything, which means basically like you knew what was going on. And to this day, they still haven't, like, they think they got some leads, but nobody's telling.
Right,
you know what I
right.
mean? You know, it's that
the hood rules.
Yeah, you know, like you're implicated in a murder. You know, so I get it on both sides, but when you're in that life, that's just what happens. Like you just don't tell.
Like I'm not making your job.
Project.
I'm not making the cop's job either.
The whole
Do your job,
Tekashi
nigga. I'm not telling you
situation
nothing.
is just funny, like only for meme purposes. But I genuinely feel bad for him because I feel he fucked up big time.
I don't. No, because he had.
But he made that
he had
choice.
yeah, he
There you
did.
go. At a certain point, he should.
He knew he was getting in over his head.
Everybody in there was sloppy because first
Yeah,
of all,
that
them
whole
niggas was
operation
making,
seems
y'all was
really
making,
fucked.
y'all niggas was making money. Why are y'all literally putting the thing that's funneling money into your organization at risk by letting him do stupid shit like that? Why you letting him be on camera saying silly shit like that, and you know that's your money for it? And going even further, tying it back to DJ Academics, bro, that's supposed to be your nigga. You immediately just selling this nigga out. You putting all that shit up there, bro. It's like, bro, you really is the feds for that one.
Oh, Academics?
Yeah, that's the fed shit to the fullest, bro. I don't give a fuck if you supposed to be a journalist. I'm gonna just tell the truth. Journalist. If I was a journalist and one of my homeboys get tired of my shit, I ain't saying shit. Simple as that. Nigga call me biased. You damn right I'm biased. That nigga was my nigga. I ain't saying nothing about it. I don't speak on it. I don't give a fuck if he guilty. I'm not speaking on it. Don't ask me about it. I'm not speaking on it. That's what you supposed to do. Fuck
Yeah, it's
that.
like a conflict of interest.
It is a conflict of interest.
But there's the
So,
fact that
you
he
know
did
what I
that
mean?
shit is
Yeah,
wild.
it shows that nigga character. Because if you were willing to do that with some nigga that you was always around, that you literally had on one of your little goofy ass songs, and you was around there marketing that shit after he got locked up, and now you quick to post the footage of him getting kidnapped and shit all up on your page, like, bro, that's some slimy shit.
it is. It is.
The
Slimy.
kidnapping was real?
Yeah, that was real.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
They
They showed
got
the
footage
bitch
of
like,
it.
yo, get in the fucking car, nigga.
I'll give you everything.
Yeah,
He said that?
Yeah,
And it's wild because he was getting robbed by niggas who he was cool with.
Yeah.
And in the end, the nigga who was pumping him up was gonna get him killed. Like, that show you how this whole thing was fucking sloppy, bro. They said that nigga was ready to tell the same day the feds came and got him.
Yeah, the same.
That's
Yeah,
what
the
I'm
next
saying.
day, the
Like
same
I
day.
genuinely feel bad for him.
So he was already gonna tell.
Yeah.
Oh.
because he seems like
I'm
that type
freaking
of guy.
telling. I'm freaking telling.
He seems like the type of
Mr.
guy who,
Lane.
like, honestly, he just doesn't need that in his
He
life.
got
Like,
manipulated into a lot of it.
That's what I'm saying, and I feel bad. I
But
really
see,
do.
But this is my thing. Like, yeah, he might have been manipulated to a certain degree.
He knew.
But there was a certain point where he had to know.
He started
he
playing
still
it.
Okay,
made the choice.
okay,
for himself.
I'm doing, like, I know I'm not this kind of guy, but I'm doing this shit, and you know, at some point this could, you know, backfire on me.
He was having
And,
fun.
yeah, I mean, like, just him, like,
He was
like
having a lot of fun.
knowing you're not gonna,
Way too much fun.
knowing you're not gonna
We were
bust
having
no
fun.
gun.
Everybody's
Yeah.
having fun.
Everybody
But-
had fun.
Yeah, those jams come on. Like, now nobody's gonna play
The
Tekashi.
jams were coming on.
Yeah,
like he
nah.
was making funny little videos on the Instagrams.
That video did not age well.
He started getting too into the whole.
He bought into it.
He
too
got
much.
too far into that whole image, and he started thinking that shit was real.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the niggas around him was doing the real shit, but he started thinking he was actually with the shit. So when the shit finally came collapsing, like, that nigga was
You're like,
like,
nah,
"Oh fuck!"
I'm freaking telling.
There's a lot of.
I'm
Oh my
freaking
gosh.
telling.
There's this one meme, and it's like, you know that kid from Recess?
Oh, Randall.
Yeah, Randall. Yeah,
has,
motherfucker. I'm freaking
It's
telling.
Randall, but it has like Tekashi's head on it with like the little notepad.
That was the king snitch.
I'm freaking
I
telling.
was like, damn, bro. Like,
It's like, oh shit.
the memes
We
are
gotta-
hilarious,
we
but
gotta-
I feel bad.
We gotta wrap this shit up. Anything else?
Don't be snitching, y'all.
Yeah, just
Stop snitching.
Don't be snitching. Don't be no male feminist.
Well, not
'cause
if
you a
you're
little bitch.
not if you're just supposed to be with the
If you're
shits.
supposed to be with the shits, don't be snitching.
Yeah, yeah. If you,
You
Yeah, if
know?
you with it, don't
do
snitch.
that.
But if you're not, yeah,
wear
go
open
ahead.
toes.
Just
Protect
say
your-
you're not
go
with it,
Protect
and
your-
then snitch.
Protect your neck.
and if you with it, represent it.
Yeah.
If you with it, yeah.
Gang, gang, gang.
And you're down and you're in it, represent it.
Oh
This
my
project.
gosh. Whoa.
Whoa.
Yikes.
Scary hours.
Yeah,
Oh my
Yeah, we
God.
gotta
Wash your
go.
legs.
We
Wash
gotta
your
go.
legs.
God.
Yeah,
Watch
okay, no. No.
You don't wash your legs?
No, I do.
See,
I saw this controversy.
You done did it already.
No, I saw this fucking controversy.
Go on.
And I was like, because I didn't even know what I was reposting. I just thought it was some stupid shit. It's like another one of like, shuffles cards, white people and their personal or whatever. It was just like, I can't wash my legs in the shower without thinking about white people anymore. White supremacy has gone too far.
Whoa!
I didn't know the context. I think she was joking when I looked into the Twitter thread because I didn't know the context.
Because that was a Twitter thing. That,
all the white people were like, "What is this? What does this mean?" And I had to look it up myself for context, and I look in it, and
Taylor Swift doesn't wash her legs apparently.
She doesn't.
I thought she was on Ellen, and she said she doesn't wash her legs in the shower.
I thought it was two white ladies on Twitter, is what that thread was saying, and
they started from Taylor Swift on Ellen.
They even did a Twitter poll: do you wash your legs and feet in the shower? Here's what fucked me up: 20% of these people do not wash the lower part of their body. I guess below the thigh. I don't know.
Yeah, they believe that the water runs down and they clean. No, and it's just like, yo, I would say this. One of my homegirls. Well, we're not homegirls no more, but she came.
You're not her homegirl.
Yeah, no. She's yeah.
Okay.
But she comes to stay, and I noticed like she brought her bags and stuff over. She picked her from the airport or whatever. She comes in, and I noticed like, okay, there's one shower, and I know that, okay, well, my towel and stuff is hanging up here, my loofah and all that. Okay, and I noticed, like, she's taking a shower, but, like, where her wash rag at? Like, no loofah? Like, what is you taking?
She could be using a bar of soap.
Let me speak.
It's like,
now,
I'm like, how are you
on the washcloth?
No soap, no bar of soap. Just liquid.
I don't think.
I just rub body wash all over my body.
You can do that.
I don't.
You can.
I feel like you lose a lot of it, though.
You do. It's wasteful. But I have a thing against washcloths. I did do them for a while, but the cloth, the texture is just so weird. So like,
you gotta get a loofah.
I had a loofah. No. In my current situation, I don't want a loofah there. It's too gross. It's not my personal home. But
just put it in your room when you're done.
But I get.
No, you just take a towel and dry it off.
I get way too exfoliated though. Is the problem? Like I'm just
you just
soft,
don't go
like, uncomfortably. You
don't go too hard with it. Because I can't not go back to not using
I go hard in everything I do.
Like if I don't, like it's not going to be good.
I use gloves personally because I like the hand.
Yeah, the hand. It's like a washcloth glove,
but it's like it has that texture kind of like a loofah / washcloth in a way.
This is new shit to me.
So I use the gloves.
The washcloth.
And I just scrub a dub.
I go loofah, washcloth.
The loofah's not flexible enough. That's
you
why
get a back
I like
loofah.
using the
You get
gloves.
a loofah on a stick and you just do the back loofah.
Again, it's not flexible
the back
enough.
loofahs are the best because I always feel like my back is neglected.
Back with my hands.
Okay, well, not everybody has.
So
I knew that was happening. You set yourself up for that.
You can wash.
I'm sorry. I don't have the reach of someone who's 6'8" ass.
You can scrub your legs without bending over with the back loofah. You can wash
you get the back of your leg. Yeah, you don't even have to. So
use the back people for my
don't wash their legs. It's just like
look.
If you're around people and their legs stink.
Now,
how do you know?
Are you sniffing their legs?
They got an odor. It's like, wait, hold on.
There have been days where I'm like, fucking, I'm not washing my legs, but it's not.
Wait. Well, why?
You don't want to be like Javaris when he came here smelling like mustard.
It's never an option to wash one part and not the other.
Sometimes I want to take a 5-minute shower.
Straight up.
So I get in. I throw the fucking shampoo conditioner combo in.
At that point, you might as well do a bird bath.
No, that's in a sink. I'm not doing that. I have a fucking full shower. I just want it to take 5 minutes.
But yeah, I was like,
skip leg day sometimes. And
basically, what I was saying was like, it just made me look at her different because I'm like, and you got the nerve to have attitude because about these dudes and stuff. I'm like, no wonder you deserve all the grief you go through because you don't wash your legs, and that's just how it is.
We got to wrap this up. Anything else?
Wash your fucking legs. Don't snitch.
Don't snitch.
We're going to space.
Take care. Ooh.
Whoa.
We got a squirter.
Whoa.
Just end it.
Just end on that one. It's done.